All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. My name is Kenny and Ziska. Appreciate you tuning in. I've got a great episode lined up for you guys today. If you haven't been following me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, etc., I often do live videos, and what I wanted to do today is share the audio from one of those live videos with you today. I try to take the most popular videos that I've done, extract the audio, and share it with you here on the podcast, so that you don't have to go around hunting on Facebook to find these very raw and kind of off the cuff, non-rehearsed, non-scripted episodes that I do. So hope you guys enjoy these episodes that I share with you guys. But before we get into today's episode, just have a very quick reminder, actually a couple reminders for you guys. Number one, if you haven't already done so, would appreciate it if you take the time to go over to iTunes. Made it easy for you guys. Just go to kenyanzitska.com/iTunes. Take you right to the page where you can leave a review, leave a rating, subscribe to the show, and also if you know of someone who would benefit from hearing the various strategies, mindset, the tools, whatever it may be, whatever we talk about here on the podcast, if you know someone who would benefit from listening to it, would appreciate it if you share it with them. Would appreciate it if you got the word out about what we're talking about here. So secondly, if you want to take these strategies and tools and really implement them and need the guidance and the accountability to do so, we have a couple opportunities for you guys to do that. First is our mastermind. This is a tight-knit group of guys who are doing the work necessary to implement these various strategies that we talk about here on the podcast into their lives so that they can get the results, build the discipline, regain control over their time, and live life on their terms. You can apply to be a part of our mastermind program, the Infinite Results Mastermind Program, at kenyanzitska.com/results. But if you want that one-on-one accountability, want to work with me on a very deep level, and want customized solutions, don't want that cookie cutter BS that a lot of people are pushing these days, I encourage you to apply to be a part of my discipline coaching program. This is an elite program, exclusive program, very limited with the number of clients that I take on with this program. So you can apply at kenyanzitska.com/discipline. So without any further ado, let's jump into today's episode. Hey guys, how's it going? All right, this is a little bit better than my last attempt here, but I'm still seeing my camera is making me look all yellow and green and stuff. But my IT department upgraded my hardware recently, so I finally have a camera on my phone or on my computer here. So I wanted to give it a try here. When I say my IT department, I mean me. Bought myself a new computer here, so I want to test it out here on a Facebook Live here, and talk about a topic that came up during a podcast interview that I just wrapped up with Nick Matosh. If you guys don't know him, he's a fellow Western New Yorker, and excited to release the interview that I did with him. Real interesting dude, and like I said, excited to release that content. But as the title so aptly describes, the topic that came up was less frantic doing and more efficient action. And just give you a little context of how this kind of came up a little bit is we're kind of talking about how we go about trying to achieve our goals, and it's not necessarily the goal that we are going after. It's the feeling that we desire when we reach that goal. So there's an emotional connection there with when we achieve something, when our bank account hits a certain number, when we win a football game, or whatever arena we're in. Whenever we achieve something, it's not the achievement that we're necessarily after. It's that emotional feeling. So what he was describing to me was the fact that instead of longing for that feeling way down the road and waiting for that feeling to happen when you reach that goal, he was talking about how we can start to sprinkle that emotion along the road to achieving that goal or our goals. And one of the ways that he described that we do that is that we tie an emotion to the things that we're doing. For example, a simple 10-minute meditation routine buys one some freedom. And that, when we're reaching a financial goal, ultimately we want the freedom that comes with having that quote unquote number in the bank account. But if we could start to implement some, hey Nick, what's up? I'm actually talking about something we talked about. But if we can start to sprinkle that emotion into our day-to-day lives and start to feel that already, that'll help us feel a lot better about ourselves, and we can start to feel that satisfaction of having that emotion that we're longing after by setting these lofty goals. So that's what I mean by less frantic doing and taking more efficient action. And it comes back to an emotional connection like we discussed tonight. And I didn't want to wait until we released this podcast episode because I thought that was a great golden nugget that came up and I wanted to share with you guys. But there's some things that we do on a day-to-day basis that we can add into our routines on a day-to-day basis that we can implement right away, such as coming up with a morning routine, an evening routine. Once we reach a certain point in our careers, we expect a certain amount of freedom, some more vacation, additional salary to get our so that we have freedom. But if we can create that now with an epic morning or evening or both routine, we can start to get that freedom now. The one thing I like to say is the two points in time throughout the day that we have the most control over are our mornings and our evenings, the first hour that you wake up and the last hour before you go to bed. So if you can really take advantage of those two periods of time throughout the day, you're going to get that freedom. You're going to get that sense of satisfaction of doing something for yourself and reaping the rewards and having that time and the freedom that you desire. So that's all I got for you guys. Quick little 5-minute live here. So just to wrap things up here, just think about some ways that you can, think about the emotion that you're going to feel when you reach a specific goal, and think about how you can start to feel that emotion now. And definitely encourage you to, stay tuned for the episode where that I'll drop with Nick, and definitely check out what he's got going on because he's got a lot of good stuff. Like I said, fellow Western New Yorker, so he's a good dude. So check out what he's going on. But if you're watching this right now, make sure you let me know you're here. Say hi. Let me know that you watch it, and if you're checking the replay, let me know that you checked out the replay, and give us a couple hearts or likes and whatnot. But if you want to, if these topics, excuse me, I'm still kind of getting over the bronchitis, a little bit of allergies going on. But if you want to go deeper in these topics that I talk about on these lives on my podcast, and want to learn more about how you can implement those things, I encourage you to reach out to me. I'm easy to get a hold of here on Facebook. If you want to send me an email, kenyon.ziska@gmail.com. And, we'll love to have just a simple conversation with you. Always love helping people out, get ready to retire from the military. So that's something that I'm going to sorely miss about the military, is helping people out. So this is, this thing that I'm doing here, this is going to kind of fill that void for me. So always love chatting with people and helping them out, help people get to their goals. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Check you later.